I finally gathered all my thoughts after yesterday's loss to the Dallas Cowboys, 25-10. And this is going to be quite the video. So, we're 1-3 right now. Have the Titans next week and the Chicago Bears after on Thursday Night Football, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to start off with... I'll start off with the players. Let's start off with team captain Carson Wentz, number 11. Carson, you just look lost out there, man. A deer in the headlights, playing scared, holding the ball on for too long, and it's just, man. And this team trading for yet another average quarterback, a never-ending cycle. Alex Smith, Case Keenum, probably quarterbacks in the past as well when I wasn't paying attention to the team. And now you add Carson Wentz to the list of average to below average QBs that this team acquires and somehow expect them to do something on this team. Unbelievable. And I love Carson as a human. Got to talk to him a little at OTAs, but man, he's just, and now he's just a backup quarterback in this league. He's no different from Taylor Heineke, honestly. Obviously, he's better than Taylor Heineke, but same tier probably. Made a mistake in trading for him. And Ron Rivera, I'm going to get to him now. You're literally a former linebacker. You had Luke Kuechly in Carolina. You have a defensive coordinator who is very familiar with the linebacker position as well. I think Jack played linebacker. And it is the biggest hole on this team. Why? Just why? This man really thought that trading for Carson Wentz was going to solve everything on this team. That this team doesn't have any holes but the quarterback position. Come on, man. There's a reason why Carson is on his third team in 3 years. I don't know, man. Coach Ron, there's a reason why head coaches should not be involved with being the general manager and the moves that they make in the front office. It just never works out. It's just the stuff that he has done the past few seasons, letting go of veteran guys, Matt Ioannidis, Tim Settle, Brandon Sheriff, Eric Flowers, and then just creating those holes, and we're wondering why those holes are there because you let go of those players. We have those players in the locker room. And wow, the linebacker is the biggest positional need, and we literally have two guys coaching that have great experience in that position. But don't worry, Coach Ron loves the guys in his locker room. We'll see on his press conference he'll be eating lunch on live stream and acting like we're not the worst team in the NFL. You see the title in this video: the Washington Commanders are the worst team in the National Football League. I don't think that's a hot take. It's not. It's true. We've been the laughingstock of the NFL for the past 30 years, and since I've been watching this team since 2009, really haven't given me any hope aside from that one year that was an aberration of a year in 2012 with RG3. There's just nothing that this team gives to the fans that we can cheer about. And Ron, I mean, there's really no difference between you and Jay Gruden. Obviously, a great character, but Jay had 2 winning seasons in his time in Washington. Ron is still looking for winning season number 1. Unbelievable. Jay has a higher winning percentage than Ron Rivera. Honestly, there's no reason why he shouldn't be fired. You got to clear house, man. Ron, the game has passed, man. Same thing for Jack Del Rio. The game has evolved. You got to get younger minds in here with high football IQ. The coaching decisions, just lack of time management, clock management. There's just, yes, especially, let me talk about the Cowboys game yesterday. There was just, at the end of the second half, end of the first half, there was no sense of urgency. You're down, but you're using timeouts, you're laying the clock. It's just, there's just so many times in this organization where we look at Ron Rivera when we desperately don't know what the hell, we know that he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's arguing with the refs. And he just stands there, shaking his head, chewing gum. Like, it's exhausting to see this, man. It really is. Nothing really has changed. This plan, what the hell? What's the plan? Still being mediocre, still being below average? There is no plan. We really haven't got any better. If we're being honest, I feel like we got worse. We let go of key guys, and man, 2019 was bad, but this year might be worse. Hopefully we're not heading towards that path, but what has Ron Rivera done? He really hasn't done anything. He said last year, or is it this season, after open practice, you guys, us, the fans are going to have something to watch for and cheer for. Really, man? Really? I think you mean the fans of the opposing teams, because they'll be destroying us when we play them at home, but nothing really has changed. Jack Del Rio needs to be gone. Ron Rivera needs to be gone. Scott Turner, oh my goodness, is the worst offensive coordinator in the league. I mean, wow. And now let me talk about the players that, so far that we've seen. This offensive line, although they gave up 2 sacks yesterday, which is kind of surprising, but it isn't really nothing much else said because you had to improve from 9 sacks from the week before against the Philadelphia Eagles. I saw this one picture on Twitter where Charles Leno was blocking, or Andrew Norwell was blocking Charles Leno, and I don't know what the hell I was looking at. That's just embarrassing. I'm happy we benched Trey Turner. It took so long for them to bench Trey Turner, but they finally did it, and Sadiq Charles was in. Andrew Norwell, Trey Turner, no experience, or not experience rather, they didn't play at all in the preseason or practice in training camp, barely practice, and you put them out there in week 1 and expect something out of them. You had Eric Flowers, you had Brandon Sheriff. You can clearly see that the offensive line is weak. And then the penalties. We're not even a disciplined football team anymore. We can't even say that. Ron doesn't bring any discipline. You can clearly see how many penalties we had yesterday. That's inexcusable. Just a recipe for disaster. Offensive line can't block for nothing. I swear, man. It's just garbage. There was at one point in the game where I was just counting how many Mississippis Carson got to throw. Majority of the time, it was just 2. Always under pressure. And man, I understand Carson's bad, but the offensive line not being able to block does not make the situation any better. Let me talk about, the tight end group is solid. Logan's Logan. Wide receivers, Terry McLaurin. I love Terry. I have his jersey, but seatbelt yesterday, man. Trevon Diggs locked him up. And I know fans are going to come up with excuses saying that, oh, yeah, he was being held. Oh, Carson didn't have time. Carson was supposed to be the guy that was supposed to make the difference, but clearly there isn't a difference. Trevon Diggs, ever since his rookie year, he has owned Terry McLaurin. Jahan's Jahan, great touchdown catch yesterday. Curtis is Curtis. That's great to see. De'Ami Brown, I forgot that this man is on this team. I'm gonna be honest, man. What a waste of a draft pick. I hope he pans out somewhere else. Cam Sims, big body receiver. We don't need to use him. Let go of DeAndre Carter, who was a great special team player. It was returner, punt returner, kick returner. I know he had some issues with fumbling, but he was still electric. Our best returner since Brandon Banks. And we let him go for cheap. For cheap. And now he's balling out in LA. It's great to see that. It's great. Defensively, I'm going to talk about the secondary. Cam Curl and Ben St. Juste, solid. Bobby McCain, free safety was a position in need this offseason, but instead you draft guys like Brian Robinson, a running back, and Fedarian Master, defensive tackle. And nothing against those guys, but come on, man. William Jackson. I'm going to get to this man for a second. Oh, my God. The worst starting cornerback in the NFL. Just garbage. Pure garbage. And it's just either he's holding someone, hands to the face. He negated that interception by Cam Curl yesterday. Oh, my God. Lost in the sauce. And I'm not even going to compare him to Josh Norman, because Josh Norman, his first, I think it's 2 years with Washington, he was creating turnovers. The peanut punch, he was getting interceptions. William Jackson has done nothing. I mean, nothing. Just robbing money from us. I can't believe any of us fans had any expectations for this man. Holy crap! And they're not even benching him. That's the worst part. Braun, put your ego aside. The man is getting burned. He's getting cooked like a turkey leg out there. CeeDee Lamb 1-2, and it's just barbecue chicken. William Jackson, man, that pure garbage. Kendall Fuller, oh my god, I love him. Hokey himself, but that one stretch where he had 4 to 5 interceptions in 4 to 5 weeks, great to see. But ever since then, it's like that movie Thunderstruck where Kevin Durant switched his body with the high schooler. I feel like some random from the street switched bodies with Kendall Fuller. I mean, he can't guard anything. I'm genuinely wondering if offensive coordinators just call a play for the receivers that are being guarded by Kendall Fuller and just, throw it to him. He's going to be open because why? Kendall Fuller is guarding him. Garbage, man. I mean, what the hell happened to him? I don't know. I can't believe he was rated. He was a top 5 Madden corner. Pro Football Focus loved him. He was one of the best corners in this. I just in the linebacker room. I talked about it. We didn't. David Mayo. Bring back John Bostic. You're not even playing John Bostic. Cole Holcomb guarding Michael Gallup in the end zone. Jamin Davis on CeeDee Lamb. What the hell are we doing, man? What is this, man? Poor. And there's no adjustments. No adjustments at all. No adjustments. Just let the linebacker guard him. And this week, we're probably just going to look at signing receivers rather than positions of need like offensive lineman and linebacker. It's sad, man. It is sad. The defensive line, Montez Sweat, you are 6'6", 250 for no reason whatsoever, dude. You were talking all this in training camp and OTAs, how, you double team me, don't let him block me, he can't block me. What the hell have you done, Montez? You haven't done anything to show why you earn a contract this upcoming offseason. Deron Payne has been playing amazing. Besides him and Jonathan Allen have been playing great. John Allen, we really don't deserve him, man. I feel so bad for him. Great player on the field and off the field, class act, and the stuff that he has. Just imagine you play at Alabama, a prestigious football school, just winning, and you get drafted by this team in Washington. It's just, the drop-off is insane. Montez Sweat, man, I mean, Chase Young comes back. Is Chase Young really going to make a difference? Noah said it himself, another content creator on this channel. Noah said he's on the verge of being a Jadeveon Clowney, and that's not far-fetched. Chase is just Chase, man. He's not going to change the dynamic of this team. Obviously, he's the face of the franchise, but he isn't going to dictate if we're going to win this game win a game or not. Let's be honest, man. And so is Brian Robinson when he comes back. Montez, man, just hasn't done anything. And that's pretty much it, guys. Those are my thoughts after yesterday's loss. I wanted to make a video about why this team is the worst team in the NFL. And I know the Houston Texans haven't won a game yet, but man, I feel like we would lose to the Texans if we played them at this current point of the season. But who knows, man? This team might just fool around and go on a 4-game win streak and try to put more false hope into this fan base. But I'm not falling for that. I'm not. Everyone needs to be fired. I mean, everyone from the top general, whoever's at the top, to the water boys at the bottom, athletic trainers, everybody, towel boys, everybody. Especially the team, the people that I want gone are the ones that were somewhat associated with the Carolina Panthers in the life. Get them out of here. Just say goodbye, pack your bags, you're out. Oh my God, this is just. Aside from Julie Donaldson and Jason Wright, I'm fine with everybody else, man. It's just, keep Logan Paulson in London. All the broadcasting crew, they're chill. But, man, it's just, this team is a joke. For the past 30 years, they have been. You know, when I die, I want the head of the current, head of the front office, the top guys, to let me down on my grave so they can let me down one more time. Because that's what the Washington Commanders do. Washington Commanders, Washington Redskins, Washington football team. It's the same thing every year. Same BS. Or different year, rather. Same BS. It will never change as long as Dan Snyder is the owner. An endless cycle. A circus show. clownery, buffoonery. It's everything. And you put all that together and you get this team. It's sad. I will always support this team. I mean, look at this. Like, guys, my friends painted a picture of me. Look what the hat is. It's the W. I love the DMV Sports on YouTube. I love this team. I want them to succeed. But when they're terrible on the field, what the hell are we going to talk about? What are we rooting for? And they expect us fans to spend our hard-earned money on this team. Are you kidding me? There's a reason why fans don't win games. Because the team is garbage. I'm done, man. I'm done ranting about this team. This team doesn't deserve my time. Play Tennessee next week. Derrick Henry, crisp 200 yards of rushing, 3 touchdowns. Who knows, man? Fire everybody. Fire everybody. This culture is the culture is constant losing. That's what it is. That's what it is. Maybe off the field we're not involved with more sexual scandals or whatever, but it's still a trash product on the field. Man, dude, the only way to save this season is by Dan is if the NFL forces Dan to leave, but it's never gonna happen. So that being said, guys, just support us. We don't deserve this as fans. We try to push out as much fire content out there as possible, but there's only so much we can do when the product on the field and the stuff that we have to talk about is pure hot trash. Follow us on social media platforms at DMVSportsZone, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Man, when is this? I just want one Super Bowl. That's all I ask for. One Super Bowl from the Commanders, win it, and one championship for the Wizards. I've seen the Nats and Caps. I'll be the happiest man alive when we win the Super Bowl. Okay, so this is my top 3 days. Number 1 will be when the Commanders win the Super Bowl. That's number 1. Number 2 is when Dan is going to be forced to sell the team. And number 3 is my wedding day, of course. Top 3 days for me of my lifetime. But that's pretty much it, guys. I can't talk about this team anymore. I mean, if there's one thing I could lecture about in this world, it's about how garbage this organization has been throughout my lifetime of living on this planet Earth. I'm out, guys. Peace.